Hello students, welcome to the application. Today we will be discussing class 10 geography chapter 2, forest and wildlife. Before we start, I would like to thank our Honorable Prime Minister for giving us the vision of digital India and ensuring that education is available throughout India via this platform. Thanks to Honorable HRE Minister Shri Ramesh Pokhriyal ji for guiding this program. So today we are discussing forest and wildlife and how they are interlinked and how the ecosystem is maintained by the interrelationship between the flora and fauna on the earth. Biodiversity. The immensely rich in wildlife and cultivated species, diverse in form and function, but closely integrated in a system through multiple network of interdependencies. Bringing down to simpler terms, biodiversity means diversity of the living beings. As we can see here, there's diversity even in the cat family. There's diversity in the forest. We have lion, we have elephant, we have birds, we have small insect, we have snakes, we have rodents, we have monkeys, we have chimpanzees. So there's diversity in the living beings in the forest. So it is termed as biodiversity, diversity of the living beings. Let's move forward. Now, vanishing forest is a concern for our society. The forest and tree cover in the country is estimated at 79.42% million hectare, which is 24% of total geographical area. According to State of Forest Report 2015, the dense forest cover has increased 3,775 square kilometers since 2013. So we have seen a rapid increase in the forest cover. But before 2015, we saw that there was decline in the forest due to several reasons: deforestation, overexploitation, and destruction of forests for construction activities. But after the 2015 State of Forest Report, it was clear that the dense forest cover was increasing due to some conservation efforts. Let's move forward to classification of plants and animals. Here we will be discussing that how IUCN and the International Union for Conservation of Nature, for a better understanding for research purpose as well as for better saving lives of animals in the forest, came up with a new strategy of categorizing them into different categories, which were normal species, endangered species, vulnerable species, and extinct species. Under the normal species, it kept those animals which are available in abundance. Even if hundreds or thousands of them die, their population will not be under threat, like the cattle, like the cow, like the salt, the pine, the rodents. Even if we today kill thousands or hundreds of these animals, the population will not be under threat, because they are already in abundance in society, in the wild. But when we talk about endangered species, they are those species which are in danger of extinction. The survival of such species is difficult. The negative factors that have led to decline in the population continues. Those species which are or play an important role in the ecosystem are to be protected. They are available outside in the wild, but may become extinct if not saved within the time limit. So they are kept in endangered species category. The black buck crocodile, the lion-tailed macaque, the sangai, and the brown antlered deer in Manipur are kept under endangered species as they are under threat but still are in the wild. Vulnerable species, they are species which are one step ahead of endangered species in the level of extinction. If not taken good care within time, these species are more vulnerable to poaching, hunting, climate change, or any other thing. Like the elephant is vulnerable to poaching for its tusk. It is vulnerable to mob violence when it enters a village accidentally. The Gangetic dolphin is vulnerable to water pollution by the industries. The Gangetic dolphin is vulnerable to fishermen. So we need to protect them within a limit time frame. The rare species, those species which are now rare in the wild, their animals, they are seen very rarely. Like the hornbill, we can see a hornbill in any rainforest, but even the bird watchers have to wait 24/7, day and night, to get a glimpse of this bird, this beautiful, magnificent bird, which is often hunted down by the poachers. Endemic species. These species are only found in the northeastern region, in the Himalayan region, only in the coastal region, only in the plain region. They are endemic to a particular geographical area and have adapted as per their geographical condition. Like the Andaman teal, this is the Andaman teal. So it is only found in the Andaman area only, nowhere else in the world. So it is endemic to Andaman. Okay, extinct species. These are species which are not found even after immense researches by the scientists. It is totally out. It is totally not present in the wild. Like the pink-headed duck, it cannot be seen anywhere in this earth. So by now we are able to understand how the biodiversity is the major backbone of our earth, and how the IUCN has categorized different animals into different categories for easy understanding of their level of existence in this world. Let's discuss about Asiatic cheetah, the world's fastest land mammal. The cheetah, Equinix jubantas, is a unique and specialized member of the cat family. With a speed of 112 km per hour, that's a massive speed for an animal. It is often mistaken for a leopard. This is a leopard, this is a cheetah. And there is a difference with this tear marks on his face, and there is no tear mark on the leopard. Cheetah is now extinct. Leopard is still present in the wild. The species was declared extinct in 1952. So now government is trying to reviving the cheetah population by requesting the IUCN to help with the regeneration, the genetic regeneration of this species. Deforestation, one of the major concerns of society. Deforestation basically is done due to fulfill our needs of timber industry, furniture industry, and other areas of human need. Basically, the forests are being destroyed due to over rising demand of wooden products in society, from furniture to cricket bats to doors and windows of our house. The demand for pulp and paper, the demand for herbs and medicine have led to rapid cutting down of trees, which not only disturbs the ecological balance but also creates harm for the lives of animals as the habitat is destroyed. The conservation can be done or has been done by the various steps taken by the government. The government came up with the Indian Wildlife Protection Act 1972, by which it ensured that these wildlife flora and fauna are protected as per the law with utmost care by the state governments and the forest departments. Central government also announced several projects to protect specific animals, which means the government was now serious to protect these animals specifically by creating a task force to specifically focus on the particular species. The crocodile, the rhinoceros, the gharial, the Asiatic lion, the great Indian bustard, the snow leopard, the elephant, and the chinkara. The government was now concerned to protect all these species seriously. One of the major projects to protect these species was the Project Tiger. Government created a National Tiger Conservation Authority, a separate organization to protect only this animal, only the tiger, as it's very important for our nation. As you know that India and Nepal has 2/3 of tigers. If tigers are lost from this region, India and Nepal, there are no tigers in the wild. Okay, there are rare tigers in the Amazon forest, in the Vietnam forest, in the Myanmar region. Otherwise, there are no tigers in the world. Only India and Nepal have the maximum number of tigers, and they are often hunted or killed or poached for their bones, traditional medicines, etc. Actually, the National Tiger Conservation Authority covers the various national parks and wildlife sanctuaries in it, like Corbett National Park, Sundarban National Park, Bandhavgarh National Park, Sariska Wildlife Sanctuary, and the Manas Tiger Reserve. So actually this Tiger Conservation Authority has a very large number of national parks covered under it. Let's move forward to types and distribution of forest and wildlife resources. To protect the forest, government came with an idea. Why not we classify the forest? Because we need forests. The industrialists need forests. The local people need forests. The tribal people need forests. But if there are no rules and regulation, then everyone will be cutting down trees indiscriminately. Anyone will be using the forest produced indiscriminately. So government now categorized the forest into 3 categories: reserve forest, protected forest, and class forest. These 3 categories were given by the government to protect forest. Under the reserve forest category, government put the most valuable trees, which means in these forests no one is allowed except the government to interfere or to do any activity. Under the protected forest category, almost 1/3 of total forest area was maintained by the forest department and protected under their able guidance. The unclassed forests are those category of forests which are basically wastelands or not that much important, but still have some value. So the government, along with private individuals or the community of the local tribal people, contributes to any activity in these forests. So now far we know that under the reserve forest category, no one is allowed except the government. In the protected forest category, some region is open for the tribal people as well as industrialists to interfere. In the unclassed forest category, anyone can interfere in the forest and can do anything. The various community and conservation methods, like the local in India, many local communities are struggling to conserve these habitats, along with the government officials. Like in Alwar district, what happened, guys? The people in the villages, they declared over 1200 hectares of forest as Bhairodev Dakav, or also called Sanctuary, which means it's the forest of the god. Now no one will cut trees, no one will hunt animals, no one will do anything bad in this forest. Spreading this message, whole society promised that now no one will be doing any bad activity in this forest. So this was an initiative taken in the Alwar district. Let's move forward. There is a category of sacred groves. What happened here? That government decided that some trees have very great importance, medicinally as well as a lot of importance biologically. So government termed them as sacred grove. Like here we can see the sal tree. There is a board put in front of it, heritage tree sal. It's a sacred tree. Botanical name Shankar Prastha, which means now no one will cut it. Even the villagers won't, and people will respect this tree as it is sacred as per as spiritual our ritual books, as well as the biological importance, the medicinal importance of the tree. Let's move forward. The Mundas in Central or Chota Nagpur region, they worship Mahua. Okay, now different tribal people are worshipping different trees as gods, and somehow helping the government to term them as sacred groves, which means when someone is worshipping a tree, he will never cut in his life or do anything bad to it. Like the tribals of Odisha and Bihar, they worship tamarind and mango trees. Chipko movement. The attempt to revive the traditional conservation methods or developing new methods of ecological farming are now widespread. What happened that in Uttarakhand Tehri, government was recklessly cutting many trees. So the people in this region, they came up with the initiative that they will not leave any tree or will not allow any government official or the tree cutters to cut any tree. Okay, they were protesting against the illicit cutting of trees by the government, by the timber merchants. One of the initiatives in the Tehri region was the Beach Bachao Andolan. It was actually to promote the organic farming and to not allow the fertilizers and the modern techniques to come up in the hilly region. The Joint Forest Management Program. Okay, so Joint Forest Management Program was basically now the government was here the government understood that it is not easy for us, the government, only to take care of forests, take care of wildlife, take care of the people, take care of the poacher, take care of the hunters. So government now said that we will work in hand to hand with the villagers also. The JFM program furnishes a good example for involving local communities in the management and restoration of degraded forest. The program has been in formal existence in 1988. The JFM depends on formation of local village institution that undertakes protection activities, mostly on degraded forest land, managed by Forest Department. In return, the members of these communities are entitled to intermediary benefits like non-timber forest produce. Government said that villagers will help us, will inform us of poachers, will inform us of illicit cutting down of trees, will help us in conserving the trees, will help us in conserving the animals, will help us in tracing the animals. In return, we will allow them to have the non-timber forest produce with them. They will also share the timber taken by the companies and the furniture manufacturers. So government now is working hand in hand with the local villagers that you help us in many ways, government will help you in return. But it is still a long way to go before local communities are at a center stage in decision making, as we still know that government cannot totally involve them in the conservation and protection program, because government has to maintain a status quo of the authority, that it's the finally government is controlling the forest, okay, not the people. There's a very beautiful quote given by the Mahatma Buddha, the Gautam Buddha, in the 487 BC. His Majesty said, "The tree is peculiar organism of unlimited kindness and benevolence, and makes no demand for its sustenance, and extends generously the products of its life activity. It affords protection to all beings, offering shade even to the axemen who destroy it." So beautiful quote by the Gautam Buddha. He is trying to explain us that the tree is helping us, providing us shade, giving us fruits, giving shelter to the animals, to the birds, to the rodents, giving us timber, giving us wood, even giving the shade to the axeman who is cutting it. So we should protect the tree. We should respect the tree, as per Gautam Buddha. That's all for today. Thanks for watching. Do rate this program do rate this lesson 5 stars if you like it.